Spider Queen. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Spooky Booky Boys. We have got Gel on that Joanna. Shirefair is going to be on the Ragnaros. Sakari, I think it is going to be on that Anduin. Azura is on the Tychus, and Mar will be on the Sylvanas. The right-hand side, we have the members of Team Happy Cloud. Delta on the Sniper. Delta on the Ana. Brett Michaels will be on the Sonya. OJ Juice on that Jaina. Galaxy Quest is on the, Maiev, not Valera. And we will be seeing Fade on the Mal'Ganis, actually. Where is Kyle Ferguson for the Mal'Ganis game that he was asking for yesterday? Checking out our level 1s, we are going to be seeing the Shifting Meteor for the Ragnaros at level 1. So not a talent we see too often, but I wonder if it's going to be able to, just really quickly, you increase the damage. I guess it's good for wave clear. I don't know. I don't see much of this build very often. I personally, as I bring it up very often, is I love the Empower So Fierce build. Just that Q build is so very much fun, especially when you get into the later half of the game. Your 1v1 and your self-regeneration off of heroes with that Q is extremely, extremely helpful. But we'll see how things go for that bottom lane. Right now, Mar is going to get maybe caught out in top lane. 70-some health. Shield Glare will not be enough, and Maiev Galaxy Quest will find the first kill in this Tomb of the Spider Queen game. Our first best of 3 of the day. Sylvanas down for the next 5 seconds, and as always, I like to kind of show some of the early game experience. Only 300 coming out from that, and you can already see the minion experience is nearly tripling that, or quadrupling it realistically. Ragnaros continuing to push out bottom lane as best as they can, and this will just be continued rotations between top to mid from both sides. Sonya was rotating into mid to maybe help out, also to set up that kill as well. Oh, it wasn't so much to set up the kill, but still able to rotate in that lane and just help out if the team fight did explode in mid lane. Brett Michaels, though, pushing back the Ragnaros, not playing this lane super quickly. As you can see, not even, well, actually, maybe a little bit. The big thing that, like, I always like to watch with solo lanes is, well, we missed the kill in Sylvanas in mid, or excuse me, the kill into Jaina in mid lane, the members of Spooky Booky Boys equalizing that that kill potential. It's just always like, it's how solo lane players, or how solo lane players play the lane against each other. Sometimes it's literally, you'll see right now, Brett Michaels is freezing the wave, and they're actually trying to cancel some of the auto attacks from the spiders a little bit by inching forward here and there, so that, like, the attack animation starts and then they cancel because they have to move forward. I've seen some players really do that, like, amazingly, where they're like auto attack canceling the minions, which is it's 200 IQ. I mean, you're using it's a lot of skill to be able to do that. So either way, Jaina's going to be clearing things out in top lane. We are equal on experience thus far with our 2 kills. Ragnaros in bottom lane getting very low. Fade, do you have any sort of way to pull them back? Galaxy Quest actually has the Umbral Bind. The cleanse comes out. It will not be able to pull the Ragnaros away, and that'll be another kill for the side of Team Happy Cloud. As we have learned from the Ghillie Sharks, we'll call that a Chymo cleanse, when you go to leap and face someone and they still die. Right now we have the Tychus rotating into the top lane to make sure that things will get cleared out and continue to pull in that experience. A little bit of the experience deficit starting to form here with those kills, as we always like to show. You can see right here the breakdown between experience. It's neck and neck, but a little bit extra for that kill, that secondary kill. But it still is, it's like we're splitting hairs per se for this, as really good press from Mar and friends into the top lane, trying to get a little bit of soft siege onto this front gate of the fort. Ragnaros in bottom lane still being forced back by Brett Michaels, and these siege giants were grabbed as well by the side of Team Happy Cloud, able to put some pressure in through bottom lane and allows Sonya to rotate out, maybe to help find a team fight in mid. No, it's to turn in. Brett Michaels with 15 gems, that'll push them to 43. It looks like OJ Juice, no, it's not enough. It's actually Fade who has the last few gems. Only 2 are needed. Can get it through the top lane, or you can get it through the Mal'Ganis, and I wonder if it's mostly just Mal'Ganis also still trying to anchor, and it showing their position, so it's like, oh, it's not the Mal'Ganis turning in. Either way, turn availability is here for both sides, and we'll see who's able to grab this first. I keep jumping down to the bottom lane to see how the 1v1 matchup's going, as well as the fact that the Ragnaros is working on that Shifting Meteor at 18 out of the 75 stacks available, and the first turn-in will go over the side of Team Happy Cloud. Fade jumps into the enemy team. Big blizzard out from OJ Juice, and Azura is able to dash away. So I looked over at chat, I just see sausage on the front wall. Alrighty, Brett Michaels is going to be working down this bottom lane front gate. We'll jump back over there in just a little bit because the rotations between top and mid are what I'm interested to see, especially from the side of Team Happy Cloud. What's the priority for this first Web Weaver phase? Is there availability? No, there's no availability for back-to-back. This is actually a wonderful Umbral Bind, and this Sylvanas is going to get killed once again. Galaxy Quest is being slowed. You saw the value of Subdue. Now, Joanna didn't finish, obviously, the Subdue, but hitting 2 heroes gets you that 80% slow, so that almost got the kill into Galaxy Quest, but was able to back away. Night Rush comes out. I think that there was a Chastise from the Anduin to slow things down. Fade taking some shots from the fort itself, and the Web Weaver phase will end. 21 gems sit in the pockets of Team Happy Cloud, 47 in the pockets of Spooky Booky Boy. Sorry, I was starting to do caster math in my mind. I was like, well, how much do they need to turn in? And also, it's drastically rising. It's actually 55 for them, but 17 are turned in, so not much more is necessary. I believe, if my math serves me right, 33 more gems need to be turned in on the side of the blue team for them to be able to grab this first objective, and I have to correct myself immediately as it's 29 in there, so we won't fix that math. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, because that's math we don't have to do. That's math that's just on the screen for us. And we will see those 10 Talonteers come across the top of the screen in just a moment. Really good zoning, though, from our red team right now. I'm watching on the minimap. Brett Michaels constantly checking this bottom turn-in. There's a lot of rotations through the turn-in, especially from a few of these assassin players to maybe poke and maybe burst down someone who's stepping a little too far forward, but Galaxy Quest is going to get chased out of lane. Delta's got the heals. Nice strike. Sleep dart into 2 members, setting up the kill into Anduin. Joanna's going to back away. Pings onto Delta. I wonder if Galaxy Quest is asking for heals. Hey Iron, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thanks for checking out the NGS games and hanging out with me. Boss will be grabbed by the side of Team Happy Cloud. I don't think there's going to be a invade onto this. I mean, 10 Talonteers is right around the corner for our blue team, but it's one of those situations where I think realistically it's just going to be let's soak up, let's get the lanes in order, maybe find a turn-in. Maybe the members of this blue team can find a turn-in as they do get their 10 Talonteers. Light Bomb, do we have Falling Sword from the Joanna? It's going to be Blessed Shield. Ragnaros, I'm assuming his Lava Wave on a map like this, being able to push back the waves every 2 minutes is not a bad idea whatsoever, so that'll be a wonderful pickup for the side of this blue team. Spooky Booky Boys, though, do need to defend against this top lane boss. Their own Web Weavers will descend into lanes, and it's not going to descend anywhere close to these structures. It's going to pretty much be either middle of the lane or a little bit back, especially in this top lane. Since the boss is hitting onto the structure, this Web Weaver has to spawn on the far side of it, or the blue team side, the Spooky Booky Boys side of the map. It can't just descend past the boss. That'd be kind of interesting. You just see the Web Weaver go past and just ignores the boss and just goes like, I just want to siege. I don't care about this boss. The blue Web Weavers, though, are going to be cleared out. Oh, sorry, I did not do that. I didn't look at that right. In mid lane first, bottom lane, the models were covering, and I know I could have just looked right there. I just believed. I was like, oh, it's already gone. But mid lane was already cleared out, getting next to no value. The fight is actually going to break out in the top lane. Light Bomb goes out onto Anduin, but it's not even going to proc by the time they get the kill on the side of Team Happy Cloud. Lava Wave through the top lane from this Ragnaros, right? 2 minutes? Yeah, 120 seconds on that one. Got my morning walking with the pups? Same. I had a decent morning. I got up, I ate some breakfast, I hung out with my parents a little bit, took a shower, I walked Bandit. I had a CCL meeting just now, and then here we are. And then we get to cast Heroes of the Storm all day and hang out. I think that's a great day right there. And then I'll probably walk Bandit after dinner. This is going to be OJ Juice with the Nano Boost, that Water Elemental coming out as well, chasing in. Shirefare is looking to pick up the gems that were dropped, but that's so many gems lost on the side of this blue team. The zoning comes out, but Anduin's actually able to get 26 that were dropped, so that's actually the vast majority of what Ragnaros dropped right there, and we are seeing almost half their economy, the gem economy, going away on the side of Spooky Booky Boys, but luckily Anduin was able to play that aggressive and pick up the gems, and this is going to be our blue team nearing a second turn in for themselves, but the red team should be able to get theirs in right now. Let's actually jump to who's holding what. So only 4 gems are necessary, so Mal'Ganis still could turn in. We have Jaina or the Sonya, so a lot of value for this red team, and I think they're just trying to press up the waves a little bit, get everyone in position, and our 13 Talonteers here as well. Not for long. Nice shield glare from Gel to slow down the turn-in. Delta coming in here as well. Juice looking to step in, but is actually going to go ahead and just clear out the wave. Needs to get more of those regeneration globes as quickly as possible. on this Jaina to be able to get that 10% spell power increase. Right now, though, I think the priority is going to be turn-in. Brett Michaels going for that. Ragnaros is going to free push through top lane and find the fort, so at least some periodic catapult pressure for the side of Spooky Booky Boys, as well as some passive experience gain in that structural game, but that is going to be so much CC onto Azura, who's not actually going to die immediately, but does end up going down. The Leap of Faith, I'm curious, was the Leap of Faith? It was off a cooldown. Maybe it was just one of those situations where the Anduin wasn't sure. It's like, oh, I think they die 100%, but the team fighter, it just took a little bit longer than it seemed like it would. Ragnaros pops the Lava Wave as well as the Molten Core through this mid lane for defense against the Web Weavers. And I always point this out, and I like to bring it up on Team of Spider Queen. Ragnaros, if you did not know this, has a pivot point when it comes to Molten Core. If you use the Molten Core, you actually see that light blue line around the map. It actually just disappeared. But what Ragnaros is able to do, he's actually able to defend mid fort, bottom fort, and top fort because of his ability range. So you can actually kind of poke onto the Web Weaver. Obviously, it has to be sieging onto the structure. You can't clear it out into this lane. That is the difference. But Ragnaros is, I think, very, very undervalued on a map like this, and I think he's extremely strong, but we'll have to see what happens here going into the later half of our Tomb of the Spider Queen game, our first best of 3 as well today. It's equal experience. No, excuse me. It's about a level lead for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Spooky Booky Boys, though, managing this experience fairly well. Let's go ahead and actually cycle through the numbers again. We will have 16 talent here first for the side of Team Happy Cloud if they're able to find a few extra kills. That's the big thing. Excuse me, Spooky Booky, yeah, so, sorry, Team Happy Cloud's on the road for 16. Spooky Booky Boys can turn things around and actually jump in experience if they can find some kills, and I would expect that this blue team's looking to find a team fight before that 16 talent tier hits. Otherwise, this blue team sits in this kind of awkward limbo when they have to wait for all the waves to crash into them to be able to clear things up. Shire coming down here onto Brett Michaels will be able to get onto the point, pops the blast wave, and I think Brett Michaels is a little afraid of the rotation from the enemy team being faster because I don't think many of the blue members were showing. Team Happy Cloud was taking a bit of a longer rotation or a longer time to rotate in, so Brett Michaels will respect the 1v1, back off. And you can see this right now here too as well. So it's not only just that, it's the factor too that Sonya didn't want to get caught out. Leap was actually used in the bottom lane. It's a 60-second cooldown, so it was just forced out by Shirefair. And I think the big thing right now is Team Happy Cloud, they don't want to fight. They're just like, we'll wait for 16s. We know that this blue side, Spooky Booky Boys, are looking for a team fight consistently. We're not going to give it to them. And now that the 16's here, Fade is going to be trying to step in with those Fell Claws. Doesn't manage to get any sort of value or setup. Ragnaros pushes out bottom lane. But here's the thing, the experience gap is not that big. Because of the slower rotations from the side of our red team, just kind of waiting for these waves to crash into them, this has been a kind of a bit of a buffer for our blue team. Spooky Booky Boys are going to be able to close that gap. 16 talent here will be here for both sides, but the turn-in is going to be quick enough from our red side, and that'll actually, no! Spooky Booky Boys are going to snipe it at the last second. They'll get their second turn of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see what value they're able to bring to the table with this. This is going to be very, very exciting. I was 100% like, oh, this is going to be a turn-in for our red team. But no, Team Happy Cloud now in the defensive position. Let's see what they're able to do. Maiev is in top lane to clear. These Web Weavers are going to descend up in the lane, but not too far up. It's still kind of in that middle center of the map, I guess you could say. But it's going to be right on top of the structures, especially through mid and bottom. Ragnaros actually leaves bottom, letting Sonya take care of the Web Weaver there. Top lane is slowly going down by the fact that it loses health, and there's also a minion wave there. Mid lane is going to be the priority for Spooky Booky Boys due to the fact that I talked about this before. Molten Core has a better pivot point for Ragnaros, so you could utilize that in future sieges to be able to push pressure on the enemy team. We'll have to see what happens. Commandeer Odin's out. And that's going to be the entire engagement, it looks like. Top lane Web Weaver, just going to lose its health over time. Manages to push up to the keep front gate just about. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Leap of Faith will get Shirefair out of there. Light Bomb comes out from Anduin, locks down Fade for a second. Leap in from Brett Michaels. Shirefair getting very low. Sonya goes down first. There's going to be a Warden's Cage in all of this. Shirefair very low, goes down to the Jaina snipe. She's able to finish out her baseline quest. Gel, so very low, gets picked off as well. Fade chasing on to Mar. And now this is going to be the turnaround. Snipe Rush out onto this Anduin. The blink in from Maiev. She's going to be able to get quite a bit of value, and that'll be a quad kill for the Jaina specifically, but overall, Team Happy Cloud cleaning things up and only losing their Sonya. Mid lane Fort, I just want to point out, has still got a sliver of health on it. I'm wondering, what is this? It's going to be 578, but with 4 members dead for the next 20-some seconds on average, I think this is an easy and a very smart call from Team Happy Cloud. Open up bottom lane and go for keep. I don't know if they can end. That's the only question I'm kind of not sure about, because Death Timers, they're starting to close that gap, and Ragnaros should have Lava Wave off a cooldown, so there it is immediately just to force back the enemy team a little bit. Keep will fall in the bottom lane, and this will be the disengage from Team Happy Cloud. I like this call. This is actually a really, really good call from them. Sonya in the top lane will be grabbing the experience to try and pull the friendly team into 20 talent here as quick as possible. Mid lane Fort might go down to a few of these spiders. 1-2 more shots will connect, and that'll be the mid lane Fort going down, equalizing that periodic catapult pressure, as well as some passive experience gain for the side of Spooky Booky Boys, who will grab themselves Siege Giants through bottom lane, as Sonya, as I said, continues to soak up through top. Web Weavers are available for the side of the red team, and it seems like our red team wants to kind of buff out these lanes a little bit. Maybe even Team Happy Cloud's waiting for 20 talents here and then going for the Web Weavers. We'll have to see how they play this as it just progresses, realistically. The other thing, too, to consider is going to be the level of rudeness onto Shire. Wow. I was gonna say, like, oh, I wonder if the members of Spooky Booky Boys will look for a team fight before 20, but that is not a case, and with Ragnaros down for the next 45 seconds, I think we're looking at a boss plus turn-in potential. Only 4 gems are necessary. Brett Michaels could split off and turn those in, or Galaxy Quest or Fade. So one of these members can actually leave during the boss phase and grab that turn-in, so that way the Web Weavers descend into lane. Looks like Brett Michaels is going to go ahead and start that channel. This is, this timing is not the easiest in the world, but definitely, I think they're going to nail this, like, right on point. Like, this should be, like, the Web Weaver getting into lane just as the boss gets near the keep front gate. This is a big push from the side of Team Happy Cloud. I wonder how Spooky Booky Boys are going to handle this. It is a fully defended keep with front gate, everything, all full health. 20 talent tier is not here just yet from the side of Spooky Booky Boys. And Commandeer Odin will come out, Lava Wave on a 5-second cooldown. Let's go ahead and show APM, because I know you all love that. Web Weaver is going to arrive at the keep front gate. So a little, not mistiming per se, but as I said, it's not the easiest to time this in the world, but you have layered siege from just objective and minions on the map, and now we have a Molten Core form from the Ragnaros. He pops the Lava Wave as well through this top lane, trying to force back the enemy team. Right now, we have Team Happy Cloud backing off. Web Weaver through bottom lane is starting to get a massive wave right behind it. What are these catapults hitting for right now, just out of curiosity? 308, so that's going to be roughly 616 into structures just from the catapults. Galaxy Quest going to clear things out through mid lane. And it seems like Boss plus Web Weaver gets a keep front gate and half a keep. Really good defense out from Spooky Booky Boys, who are down the talent tier and are able to manage this bottom lane. But look at this, 69 gems, nice, in the pockets for the side of Team Happy Cloud, and they could just go for back-to-back turn-ins. Well, I guess just back-to-back, realistically. Let me show you those talents, because 20 talent tier did just arrive for our blue team. Double Lava Wave, big red button. We're going to be seeing Radiating Faith. Sylvanas is holding... Ooh, Increased Wailing Arrow, Deafening Blast. And Anduin, Glyph of Faith? No, it's going to be Varian's Legacy. All right, let's see what happens here with our... I want to say this is like the 5th Web Weaver phase of the game. Can the members of Team Happy Cloud end with this, or is it going to be a proper defense from the side of Spooky Booky Boys? 50 seconds on the Molten Core for the Ragnaros, so won't be able to have that defense up until roughly 19 minutes into the game, maybe just shy of that. 50 seconds in Heroes of the Storm is a very, very long time, so right now Ragnaros is going to be stepping into the top lane, trying to play things a little bit safe. Commandeer Odin does come down through the mid for Azura. Lava Wave came out in mid as well. Bottom lane slowly working its way in, but there's that minion wave stalling things out. So this is a great clear through mid for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. Top lane for keep, is going to be on a sliver. What are we looking at right now? 257 HP on that keep. Through the top lane, Web Weaver through bottom will be cleared out. Big red button doing a lot of work to zone out the enemy team, as well as just put in some damage into the entire wave. Ana almost died not pressing T. Hey Arthas, how you doing? Team Happy Cloud They're waiting. They're just waiting for a little misstep. Bret Michaels has that leap. Not gonna happen. Haunting Wave to check. I think Bret Michaels might have shown. Let's actually jump into some vision really quickly. What's Gel and Friends seeing? Ragnaros is in top lane, and I think, yeah, you can... I was even just being like, wow, Ragnaros is kind of far out in top lane. Lava Wave will try and deter the enemy team. Faye taking a bit of damage. Night Rush for the setup. Galaxy Quest, considering the Umbral Bind, considering the setup into all of this, doesn't end up going for it. This is such a tense moment for both sides. Because here's the thing, too. If Team Happy Cloud oversteps, or if, like, let's say Sonya leaps in and there's no follow-up, and she gets bursted down by the enemy team, there's a win condition for our blue side. Like, Spooky Booky Boys, they're not out of this. They're actually playing this really, really well, turtling up and trying to pull the enemy team into structures to fight in kind of an awkward position. Gel trying to back off right now. Has the Condemned just to harass Fade. Right now, it's rough for the side of Spooky Booky Boys, just trying to step out of their keep front ranges. Invade onto the camp? No. I'm like waiting. Where's the Blessed Shield? Where's anything? Light Bomb goes out. Okay, we have the Iron Skin used as well. Water Elemental leap in from the Sonya. Ragnaros tries to Molten Core, but it's going to be interrupted. Galaxy Quest trying to dump in damage into the enemy team. Mars the first one to go down. Gel to follow as well. Shire trying to back off right now. They should have their Molten Core in just a second or two. Leap of Faith will save Shire for now, but Fade steps in with another set of Fell Claws to get the stun. And the CC, Shire's going to go actually through the gate, but Bret Michaels comes in with the spear, slamming their way through all of this. Tychus will go down. The big red button value will be ending there. That will be Shire jumping into this mid lane keep, trying to get a lot of value for the friendly team and force back the enemy side of Team Happy Cloud, but Fade and friends don't really care much for the Ragnaros Molten Core form. They could just go straight to core, and Galaxy Quest, I think, is going to exactly try and do that. Unfortunately, a lot of damage will be coming out, and this is going to be another keep grabbed by the side of Team Happy Cloud. Chastise will connect onto Fade, and now the call comes out. The core is going to be the main target for the side of Team Happy Cloud if they can end the game. Fade is actually getting very low, needs to back off. Shire is pulling Sonya underneath the keep. Light Bomb? Hits, oh wait, there's a leap onto this Ragnaros, who was sleeping, stunned, rooted, everything. Anduin falls as well. Technically, that was all 5 members of the Spooky Booky Boys going down, but this will be game number 1 going over to the side of Team Happy Cloud. GG, well played. What a good game 1. That was a fun game 1. Do you all have fun? Ooh. A lot of good value out of Ragnaros. I really hope we see more Ragnaros on Tomb in the future. I really do. That seems good, yeah. Yeah, the game was pretty good. Alright. Rag plus Odin defense is a pain to get through. Oh, I agree, Delta. That was you were all kind of not forcing them, but like it was like you were trying to bait out some of those abilities, it seemed. Really, really well played. Really, really well played. Alrighty, let's get out of this one and get into the next game. Alright, so I'm just checking stuff on Discord. I need to mute my phone. I really do. I've had like 3 Slack alerts that... Cool. Alright, sorry, just a couple things. Honor of Nicole's birthday. Alpine is playing in the grid. Full difference. Alright. Big cookie for Bandit. Okay, okay. No small treat allowed, only a big. When he's awake? Oh, watch that. I mean, I'm moving, so he's always awake. But oh. Thank you, Galaxy Quest, for the posture check. You good boy. Hmm? Thank you, Be Crazy, for redeeming the big treat. Go for it. It's all yours, bud. Imagine you wake up from a nap and you just get food. Okay. Alright. You don't want your cookie? He's so lazy. He's so lazy. Look at him. He's such a good boy. Such a weirdo. Alright, let's get the next game going. He's like, alright, I guess I have to. And now he's just doing the vacuuming. It's perfect. It's perfect. How you doing, Rowdy? The next one we're gonna do is we're gonna do another game from last night, and it's going to be Team Happy Cloud versus not Team Happy Cloud. It's going to be the Randy Newman game from last night. It's going to be Cat Daddies versus Randy Newman, which will be great because we all know how the Randy Newman games go. Oh, we swapped sides. All right, give me a second to fix the team names. This will be that. This will be that. Just, you know, gotta swap team sides. No, it's no big deal. We can easily enough fix that. Alright, there's that. Oh, it's right, the spacing's gotta go on the other side. Okay. Alright, there we go. Food is always better when you just wake up and have... Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad deal for Bandit. Take a nap, wake up, you get a treat. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let's get into another game, everybody. On the left-hand side, we have the members of our blue team, Team Happy Cloud. We've got Fade on the Urel. Brett Michaels will be on the Leoric. Delta's on that Lucio. Galaxy Quest will be playing the Deathwing, and we will be seeing... Did I miss... I felt like I missed someone. OJ Juice on the Hanzo. There you go. You snuck right past me there, friend. On the right-hand side, we have the members of Spooky Booky Boys. We're going to see Mar on the Hogger. Shikari, I think, is going to be on that Deckard Cain. Gel on the Varian. Shirefair on the Chromie. And Azura on the Phoenix. I do want to note, we do have the sides swapping here. So if you were looking at Team Happy Cloud to be on the right side, just so you know, they are on the left. A little bit of a just side swap going into game number 2 here on Infernal Shrines. Do you want to point out, we got a Hogger. We do have a Hogger, which I'm excited to see. Can the members of Spooky Booky Boys take one off of Team Happy Cloud, especially with this Hogger Chromie? We'll have to see. Like, that's I mean, there's a lot of really good setup as well through the Deckard Cain for the Chromie, just with the Scroll of Sealing. Time Traps will be strong as well. Gel taking a lot of damage, trying to get past this giant dragon. It seems like it's not going well, and Urel will be able to solidify the first kill of the game for the side of Team Happy Cloud as Urel, as we have Leoric and Hogger going up into the top lane for the solo lane matchup. And just going to peek at this for a little bit, as Hogger is going to be able to utilize the loot stash, or the loot horde, I think it is, to be able to... let's look really quickly. loot horde to be able to bounce off that and clear the wave a little bit quicker with that Hog Wild. Chromie level 1, Time Walker's Pursuit. I was going to say Pursuit of Vengeance, that's not right. Time Walker's Pursuit, able to get the 10% spell power. You also have the increased time on, excuse me, you have the cooldown reduction on the spawn time of your traps, so you're able to get those out a little bit faster. Set up into the enemy team. I wonder if we see a Horrible Anomaly coming out from Chromie. Well, she has the ability for it, but it could be slows, it could be armor reduction. Actually, armor reduction into a Deathwing wouldn't be a bad idea. So they could go into Chronic Conditions, which I believe is the talent for that one, the red little jar type thing. Chromie's still holding. Time Stop goes out onto a few members. A lot of damage onto Leoric. He's able to Wraith Walk away. And no counter kill just yet from the side of Spooky Booky Boys. Got to posture check myself again. Thank you, Galaxy Quest. I was leaning into the mic when I shouldn't be. I need to be sitting up straight. Mara is just going to be handling this mid wave as best they can, utilizing that Hog Wild. Shirefair just trying to be able to dump out some damage from a distance. Fade will be working on the camp on the left, and we have the members of Spooky Booky Boys grabbing this on the right. Why is Chromie still not grabbing this level 2 talent? I'm waiting. Delta, ooh, push off. We'll be able to get them out of there. Varian did not grab their level 4. They didn't have level 4 until they finished that camp. So if a taunt was available, I think that Lucio might have gone down. Right now, though, Chromie's still holding. I want to see which time trap it is, because I feel like it would be smart to go Chronic Conditions, but Horrible Anomaly is still really strong. You have more time traps to go out, which gives you zoning, or not well, it gives you zoning, but it also gives you vision of the enemy team. All right, we're holding 2 talents on Chromie. There we go. So at Horrible Anomaly, so that's exactly what I was talking about beforehand, which is a great way to zone the enemy team, get vision of the enemy team, and just be able to have multiple ways to lock them down. Granted, if you trigger your time trap, you trigger all 3. If, let's say they're all 3 out, you can't trigger them one at a time. That'd be kind of crazy. Like if it was an activatable thing, you take it Horrible Anomaly and you can like 1, 2, 3 button the time trap or something like that, kind of like Samuro clones. That'd be interesting. Probably would be broken. Knowing Chromie and her 400 different reworks, I definitely think that it would probably be broken. Lucio just harassing right now. Harassing between the rotations, which is actually maybe gonna be a bit of a mistake. Gel is able to, okay. No taunt. I was actually surprised that the taunt did not connect onto Delta just yet. Deathwing to be landing in this first objective phase will be Arcane Punisher. Augur finds the angle to be able to Hog Wild through all of this. Are they actually gaining any Skeletal Defenders? That's the big question. Hogger's not really losing much health. A couple Skeletal Defenders will go over. Time Stop onto this Hogger, who's actually going to get a weird bounce. And actually, this is a weird bounce that's working out very well. Unfortunately, it's going to be through some of that Molten Flame. Hogger's still just Hog Wilding around all of this. Devastating, excuse me, not Devastating Blow. I can't think of a Staggering Blow will be coming out from Hogger to be able to knock a few members away really quickly. Yeah. Sorry, it's one of those, still, like, he's not that new, but just still remembering talents is you gotta add it to the lexicon. Ooh, that's gonna be the Varian going down. Another kill for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Spooky Booky Boy is gonna be losing this Phoenix. No, he's gonna live with 75 health, I do believe was the lowest it went. But first Punisher. Arcane will go over the side of Team Happy Cloud to push in through this mid lane. The Orc will split off and go ahead and continue to soak up through top. 7 talents here first for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Yeah. Wanted to double check. I couldn't remember. I was like, is that armor for friendly members, or is that going to be... Okay, yeah. I believe it is. It's cooldown reduction as well as increased damage, which Fade utilizing that jump fairly well consistently. Speaking of jumps, they're going to follow the Punisher jump, Righteous Hammer right afterwards, and then just uses their Vindication to heal up a little bit off of the gate. Mar coming down here to help anti-siege a little bit as well, and Hanzo, 5 minutes in, will finish out their Simple Geometry quest. Good timing on that. Going to be able to poke into the objective phase as well. And you now have cooldown reduction with this level 7 on top of that. So lots of scatter arrows, lots of extra arrows because of that level 1. You can create 2 additional arrows off the scatter. So it's going to be a great way to kind of poke at these objective phases. And you also do have the explosive arrow, which is a great way to either clear waves or even clear the shrine. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as we haven't had a chance just yet here on Infernal Shrines. Hogger still continuing to work through this top lane, and 10 talent here is nearing in favor for the side of Team Happy Cloud. What are Spooky Booky Boys able to do here, with the next Punisher being frozen, coming in through the bottom lane? Gel anchoring in the lane as best they can, Hanzo poking out here and there, Fade looking to jump, maybe set up something, or at least just a little bit of pressure into the Varian. Not going to be found, and we will continue back into rotations. Actually, no, it's going to be a camp fight right now, maybe? No, back into rotations and camps. Okay. Unfortunate. I was waiting to see if maybe we get another team fight. Maybe the side of Spooky Booky Boys takes it to the enemy team underneath this camp, but taunt is a little difficult right now. Hanzo has agility. Yrel has the Avenging Wrath, that jump, as we've been seeing her use. Deathwing can't be CC'd per se. They can be time stopped. And you have Lucio with push off. There's a lot of really, really hard targets to taunt. Because even if you get the taunt off, if you don't find the burst quick enough, that's the issue. You can taunt someone, and vast majority of these players can get away. And then with this high five as well, that's going to be even more difficult to be able to get the taunt onto someone and lock them down long enough. Well, unless you lock down the Lucio, then there you go. That's an easy way to deal with it. But this might be a little difficult for Gel. We'll have to see what happens. Unless Shire can basically just play off of the taunt immediately with a combo, that might be the way to go about it, but it's looking like it's going to be a little difficult for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. There's that high five, and Tomb comes out. Shire's going to be the target. Huge Dragon Strike from the Hanzo that will just sustain the damage, but in the end, Leorc will steal the kill. Brett Michaels going up. Taking one up for the team, or I guess is putting one up for the team. There you go. I don't think either team's grabbed their Shaman camps just yet. I think it's just been constant rotation. So Hogger lining up their Hog Wild. I want to see if there's like a Hog Wild. Okay, they're going to do it that way. Okay. I was wondering if there was a Hog Wild like angle that you could maybe get like a diagonal on this. Oh, Mara's going to be a little too far away. The camp actually started to leash, gained a little bit of health, and our Frozen Punisher will be up and available through the bottom lane in just a moment. OJ Juice and friends going to be able to grab this camp from mid lane, offset some pressure during the objective phase. Same can be said about these Shaman camps from the left and the right hand side. Let's continue into this though. I'm waiting. I want to see what happens over the shrine. Let's do everyone's favorite thing. Let's look at APM. Let's check out the APM as we continue to see what our team fight looks like over this. So far, the members of Spooky Booky Boys have the control over this objective phase. Hogger with the Hog Wild set up actually goes to the far side of this engagement. Push off from the Lucio forces the Hortipult out from Mar. Ardent Defender is going to be used by the Yrel, and she's going to continue to jump in and find the displacement into Deckard Cain. The fight will actually break out. Shirefair getting very low. Brett Michaels chasing onto them with the Spectral Leech. Is there going to be... Oh, very good time stop from Chromie to deny Lucio to find the kill. And so far, this Chromie is just living through everything. Deathwing trying to find some sort of kill. Purification Salvo gets the kill into this Yrel. Unfortunately, Azura is going to get met with a Ground Shatter, or Earth Shatter from Galaxy Quest, and that'll be a 1-for-1 in this engagement. Mar kind of on their own here with Gel. Both of them getting very low. No Hortipult to get away. The Hog Wild will not be enough, and pressure through top lane is going to be in favor for the members of Spooky Booky Boys. The Shaman on the blue side from Team Happy Cloud is losing a lot of health. But look at this mid lane. One Impaler's left, and this fort's being threatened. Leorc trying to push things up. Varian will try and do their best to defend this, but Varian doesn't have the best clear in the world, nor does Deckard Cain, but I guess between the both of them, they can maybe make one hero worth of wave clear. This should be a bottom lane fort going down for free. Punisher not losing much health at all. Still above 90% right now. Still above 80% right now. The fort will go down through bottom lane. What does it look like for the keep front gate? So far, Siege is just present. I'm waiting, like I'm just waiting to see how the Punisher jump's going to be baited, all that kind of stuff. All right, so it's going to be just onto Varian. Molten Flame just keeps going out as well. Fade jumping in. I think this is just going to be keep front gate. The way that the way this is being sieged with the zoning potential of the slowing sands, as well as some of those time stops or time traps. It's just going to be bottom lane keep front gate-ish going down, and this will be mid lane fort going down. What's our next Punisher? I think we have still a few more seconds before we see the reveal on the minimap. Could be top lane, could be mid. If it was mid again, that would be awesome for the side of Team Happy Cloud. It's top lane that's more beneficial for the side of Spooky Booky Boys in a defensive position, as well as a team fight position, because you still have well in top lane for the side of our red team. We're just going to wait. We'll see what happens on the minimap, but right now Galaxy Quest is stepping into this enemy team. There's going to be an Entomb that catches just about everyone, but here's the thing, you cannot put the Deathwing to sleep, who will start to cook the old man, and he's going to go down. members of Team Happy Cloud find 1 kill as Deathwing comes in with the Cataclysm. There's going to be a bop into the wall time stop onto 3 members, one of them being Fade. Shirefair trying to get out of here. That's going to be an Avenging Wrath, trying to just... This Urella is just trying to get a kill in this 1v2 sort of deal, and it's not working out. Gonna actually re-jump in, and that'll be a taunt time stop from Chromie. Molten Flame is on top of it and everything, and I do not think Chromie's able to save herself that time. Geep is now going to be eyed by the side of Team Happy Cloud. Fade taking shots, he needs to get out of here. Does have Ardent Defender, but just gets some 2s from Lucio. Probably some 4s at this point from Lucio. Mid lane, or excuse me, bottom lane keep should go down. Top lane fort is, or excuse me, top lane objective will be next. It will be Mortar Punisher. The Hogger was pushing things up in this top lane to allow some extra value if they get the Punisher on the side of Spooky Booky Boys. That'll be a big factor here. If the next Punisher goes over to the side of Spooky Booky Boys, we should be seeing some wonderful siege out from them. Unfortunately, we're looking at a solid level lead for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Will Spooky Booky Boys be able to close that gap? That's the one thing I'm kind of concerned about for them. Want to see what the keep health is. Just under 1600 on that. Galaxy Quest going to land back into bottom lane, and the siege will continue for our Team Happy Cloud. They have the talent tier advantage. They need a minimal amount of damage onto this keep, but if they can find a kill after this, maybe they could step to core and end the game quickly here on Infernal Shrines. Not going to be the case. Keep goes down, and the disengage comes out. We should have the announcement for the Punisher fairly soon. It's been quite a little bit of time since when the Punisher went down through bottom lane to when we have the announcement of the next one, and there it will be. Mara is going to do their best to push out top lane. This mid lane still being aggressed with an Entomb coming out. Phoenix going to have to blink away. Cataclysm from the Deathwing over the wall into the Phoenix. There is an escape path through bottom lane, but it is going to be the Deathwing trying to set something up with that Bellowing Roar. Sire is going to get caught in the little corridor right there, and this Deckard Cain is trying to back off. Hogger is getting value through top lane, but this is going to be 2 members. No, the taunt from Gel will save this Deckard Cain, who finds themselves a super potion. Ardent Defender will be used by the Urel. Phoenix with the Purification Salvo comes out, tickling the enemy team with that heroic-based damage. I gotta say, me personally, gotta buff that talent. That or Planet Cracker. One of the two need to really, really get buffed up a bit. I just feel like Phoenix's heroics just don't feel the strongest. It doesn't feel like a Horrify or even a Ring of Frost or a Mosh Pit or a Wailing Arrow. Like, and I know, like, you know, not everything needs to be big and flashy and stuff like that, but like even Gravo Bomb feels like it has more value than a Salvo or even a Planet Cracker. But that's just my 2 cents on the factor. Let's get into our Mortar Punisher for top lane. And with 16 talent here for the side of Spooky Booky Boys, I was expecting them to play this a lot more aggressive. 26 Skeletal Defenders and Rising for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Deathwing is just kind of pawing their way through this front gate of the fort. Also, just dropping that lava pool to be able to clear things out in this lane. Oh wow, that Molten Flame really getting some value, especially with the Conflagration at level 16. Is it actually only to enemy heroes? Is it not to minions or anything else? Yeah, I think it's okay, so it is actually just hero stuff. I thought there was just you were buffing the power. You were buffing the Molten Flame, but you're also increasing it against heroes as well. I thought it was a twofold sort of deal because it's such a powerful talent. That's the reason I was expecting it to be so highly prioritized. But either way, Punisher with 82% still on it will be working its way through top lane, and Team Happy Cloud looking to open things up further through the top lane. Big arrow from Hanzo, Dragon Strike, not able to connect onto anyone, but it's a zoning arrow. It's a zoning arrow, absolutely. Shire getting very low on this Chromie, trying to back off. Gel is able to get a super potion from the Deckard Cain. There's a lot of floor juice on the ground right now, which will expire from that level 4 Ruby from Deckard Cain themselves. And jump from the Punisher, a lot of follow-up damage onto Shire. Is there enough? The Punisher, Nexus Forces will be getting that kill into Chromie. The Orcs here. Is there a play into this top lane keep? Righteous Hammer to force back the enemy members that were diving onto Fade. I think Bret Michaels is looking to find an Entomb. And here it is maybe going to be. Ardent Defender is going to be used. Banner comes out. Phoenix is not caught by the Entomb. Stay While and Listen will be coming out from Deckard Cain. Molten Flame just catches the butt of the old man as he walks away. And this top lane engagement's a little awkward. It's giving time for Hogger to be able to soak things out. The Orc is still pressing out some of the other lanes, and 20 talent here is here for the side of Team Happy Cloud. It's just We'll have to see what happens here for Spooky Booky Boys. Can they close that gap, or will it eventually be a misplay or a forced misplay coming out from Team Happy Cloud? It feels like that's going to be the case. The Entomb still on a 15-second cooldown. We do have the Dragon Awaken, so cooldown reduction from Hanzo is not the biggest deal. Just spamming those arrows will... Yeah, we're going to see Hanzo just spamming arrows. I mean, we're already at a 25-second cooldown, and wasn't it just cast not 10 seconds ago? So Dragon Awaken's value is very, very good, especially even outside of like ARAM value. There's another one. Watch that cooldown on the top left. It's so long as Hanzo's obviously hitting enemy heroes with, I believe, basic attacks and storm bows. 40. Such a big cooldown reduction. Taunt. Oh, wow. So much damage onto Urel. She does go down. That is a big pickup late game experience-wise for the members of Spooky Booky Boys. Brett Michaels finds the Entomb Phoenix. You cannot blink out of that one. And Lucio finds the kill into Phoenix, so they're going to equalize. Phoenix for Urel. Deathwing still is in this mid lane, trying just to burninate a little bit with that Molten Flame. And actually, we should have Arcane Punisher fairly soon here. Bottom lane catapults, I want to see really quickly what are they doing. 285, so we're just under 600 damage out of those into structures. Chat. This is a very well controlled game from Team Happy Cloud. Spooky Booky Boys will be able to equalize an experience, but this needs to be a team fight. They need to find a team fight right now, or excuse me, immediately after, and pick someone off on the side of this blue team before Urel's back. Their Phoenix is down, but I think there's enough CC between the Decker Kane variant and the blow-up potential of the Chromie. Seems though like Spooky Booky Boys will just play this safe in a sense and just clear things out. Dark Swarm, thank you for the follow. Hey, J McG, how you doing, friend? I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Next Punisher, Arcane will be in bottom lane. This could be a game-winning Punisher for the side of Team Happy Cloud. There is no keep for defense. This Punisher will go straight to core. Arcane is fairly aggressive. Oh, there's into the... It's Leoric. He's going to get chunked quite a bit. Drops the Entomb as he goes so very low. Chromie gets Goomba stomped by the Urel. That'll be first blood in this engagement. Varian trying to taunt and find some protection value. Bellowing Roar comes out from Deathwing. A lot of members are going to get cooked by that Molten Flame, and Deathwing finds a triple kill. Make it a pentakill through Hanzo, and that'll be all 5 members of Spooky Booky Boys going down. And Punisher is activatable, but with 50 seconds for all 5 members on the enemy team, this is looking like the members of Team Happy Cloud are going to go ahead and close out our first best of 3 of the day in a 2-0 fashion. Very, very strong plays. Very patient play, too. That's the one thing that I think we have to really, really point out for Team Happy Cloud, is there was a lot of moments where they could have put the foot on the gas and been like, oh, let's go in and try and take this and play it mega aggressive. It was very patient play. It was very well played, and they'll take the series in 2-0. GG. Well played. Hey, Foxington. How you doing? They were like, hey, Entomb, Deathwing fire? I actually kind of liked, it seemed almost like a bait from Brett Michaels. Brett Michaels, standing in that bush, gets caught by a bunch of CC, or a bunch of damage, but meanwhile has the Wraith Walk the entire time, reducing damage to the enemy members with the ominous Wraith at level 13, if I'm not mistaken. Increase Wraith Walk's duration by 100%. Enemy heroes that come into contact with the Wraith deal 50% less damage for 4 seconds. On top of that, you compound a buried live Entomb onto a Chromie. You also have this Holy Avenger, which was the... I mean, I think Chromie had like a quarter of her health. She doesn't have the biggest health in the world, but you're dealing 25% more damage and when you stomp onto a hero, so Urel getting a little steppy in this game, and really just well played. That bottom lane engagement, super well played from the side of Team Happy Cloud. They'll take the series